everyone, and welcome back to our channel Wanderers and Whiskers. In the last video we started sharing our story of how we were living in a house to moving onto the road full time.
Brought you up to speed about going to varsity, coming back to East London and starting a job, and then we got told that our house was sold, so we had to figure out what to do next. So if you missed that one, go back and check that out. But in this video we're going to be speaking about our plan for after our first month and a half on the road.
We got back to our hometown and our family actually had an old caravan that had been sitting for quite a few years. It was bought back in 2013 and it hadn't really been used for about 7 years, so it was kind of getting rotten and mice were moving in, so we thought we would do a caravan renovation.
Yeah, and the caravan was built way back then, so it didn't look the best according to us. It was very dark woods inside, and very claustrophobic. There was a changing room that we wanted to get rid of. We're going to be giving an in-depth video about what we did and how we did it and why we made the decisions to do that.
Yeah, so we never had an intention of towing this caravan. It was always just going to stay in its location to kind of be a cozy spot for us to head back to if we didn't have any travel plans.
Yeah, so at this point in time we had just done a month and a half on the road, so we had a 3-week gap until our next job, and in that little 3-week gap we decided to tackle this caravan and start renovating it or giving it a facelift type of thing. There was mostly demolition, wasn't really building.
Yeah, it was our first renovation project, so we kind of just wanted to give it a new feel and aesthetic. So as Michael was saying, the scariest part was taking out there was an enclosed bathroom area. It wasn't really a bathroom, kind of just a sink, and we decided to pull that out so that the whole space would be free-flowing. And Michael was basically just ripping that out with his hands. It was quite scary because there was no going back.
Yeah, just taking a hammer, smashing it and pulling and trying our hardest. All the nails and screws inside that caravan were rusted to pieces, so made it a bit tricky taking it all out. But it definitely opened up the space a lot.
It was a good decision.
Yeah.
The next thing we did was to paint the whole space. This was quite a few days worth of work because we had to do a few layers. We did the top half like a white coat, and then we decided to do the bottom a half-tone blue color to match the beach where it's parked up at.
The blue came out a bit bluer than we wanted, but that's why we went and did this project, to practice and learn and figure out what we're going to do, because as we spoke about in the last video, our main goal is to get a van in the end and build out a van. After that we then got our curtains redone, we got the cushions redone, so that also made the place look a lot newer, well not newer, fresher. And then our next step was to do the flooring, I think.
That was the most difficult part, doing the flooring. It was our first time flooring, and I don't think we did it entirely correctly, but the next time we did, it was much better. So
yeah, we bought tongue and groove flooring, and there was some special technique and tool you were supposed to have, so
just winged it. We also decided to take a walk down to the beach one day, and we collected a whole bunch of driftwood to use as our handles to kind of incorporate the beach feel.
Yeah, this was a fun project, just looking for random pieces of wood, and we would find this cool piece and then we would drill it into the cupboard and then it would snap. Yeah, so a few broke in the process, a few didn't, so it came out in the end a lot nicer than I thought it would. I would like to incorporate that again sometime in our lives.
And I think the biggest transformation as well was also moving the caravan. So we kept it inside the same campsite, but we just moved it to a new site where there was quite a lot more shade and there were some trees, so we hung up our hammock. We put some chairs outside and we had a little braai area.
I think we did the caravan for about 2 weeks roughly on and off. We weren't there like in consecutive days. We would just go there in our gaps, and when we had time we were working. A really cool project that we learned in the caravan was we learned how to laminate wood together. So the guys at the campsite that we were staying at offered to help us with this. They had a workshop and had done woodworking before. So what we did was we had these long pieces of plank, old pieces of plank, and then we glued them together overnight, and then we took a sander and sanded it down, and it came out with this big piece of wood from little pieces of wood. So yeah, it was quite interesting to learn how to do that. It came out really cool, and we'd like to do that again as well.
We were super happy with the end result that we had accomplished, so we'll show you guys some before and after.
When we started this project on the caravan, we just had the intentions of making this like a fun project and practicing for future projects. So in the end, like we said in the previous video, we want to get a van and we want to self-convert the whole thing and build it, paint it, do everything. So this was just practicing for that.
We definitely did learn a lot through that project, and it wasn't our intention to live in there full-time forever. As Michael mentioned, we really wanted to get a van, but we'll share more of our story in next week's video. We've got some big news to share.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe down below. We'll see you guys in the next video.